Yo people, TJ here. I appreciate you clicking this video, it means the world to me. This is another deep dive around Hollywood, exposing witchcraft, all your favourite celebrities, etc, etc. As always, I'd really appreciate it if you watch this video all the way through to the end, not just simply because the algorithm, but at least if you've made it to the end, I know that you've listened to what I have to say. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I appreciate everyone's opinions, but at least I know that you have listened. And at the end of the day, whether you agree or not, it doesn't matter what I believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. The people that run this world do believe this stuff. The celebrities you put on pedestals do believe this stuff. The corporations you pump money into do believe in this stuff. That's a fact. So guys, sit back, relax, and I'll see you lot at the end of the video. Bash!
Early in the morning,
So, witchcraft. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft refers to the use of supernatural or occult powers, often involving spells and rituals to achieve various ends, from healing and divination to causing harm. While a negative connotation has been attached to it historically, the term also encompasses modern, often nature-based spiritual paths like Wicca. The occult is a broad term for hidden, mysterious and supernatural phenomena and knowledge, including practices like astrology, spiritism and alchemy alongside witchcraft. So I recently did a video on Patreon about the hashtag WitchTok, which is a subsection of TikTok that has billions of views. Specifically, the hashtag WitchTok on TikTok has garnered over 41.3 billion views worldwide, and is home to a mix of witchcraft related content that includes tarot readings, spell tutorials, crystal videos and homemade remedies, alongside many other topics. 40 billion views around witchcraft content. Many people in the modern era, or people who subscribe to new age beliefs, they believe there's a difference between light magic or good magic and dark magic and evil magic, when the reality is there is no difference. It doesn't matter about the intention, it doesn't matter about what you intend to do with this power, this magic. It all pulls from the same source, and you don't know what you let in when you open yourself up to that type of spirituality. The main part of this video is going to be exposing all the celebrities that practice witchcraft, and there's a lot of them, guys, trust me. But at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some witches or former witches who have come out and detailed their experiences in the occult, in witchcraft. And they explain how, while they went into it with innocent thoughts, innocent intentions, it didn't end up like that, and they regretted going down that path. And they explain that there is no difference between light and dark magic. It all pulls from the same demonic source, essentially, no matter what your intention is. Now, I've got many friends who I consider close friends who believe in this stuff. If I had a pound for every time I heard, well, I don't really believe in religion, I don't really like religion, but I believe in spirituality, I believe in, you know, crystals, and I believe in astrology, all these things, like, I would be a millionaire. Now, I don't necessarily blame people for subscribing to this way of thinking, even though I completely disagree with it now. A lot of people view religion as something to control people, and I used to believe the same thing, and I still do to an extent, because like everything in this world, guys, everything, there's good and bad. So religion has been used to control people, that's a fact. But so has politics, so has the media, so has celebrities, so has food. Anything you want, someone has tried to use it to control the masses. That's also a fact. But in my experience and what I've seen, religion has helped many more people than it hasn't. You feel me? Now, I'm not here to preach the word of God or anything to you. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to expose the dark. But I'm just making a point that while I understand that some people don't want to believe in God anymore, the reasons why they don't believe in God is wrong. Because if you don't believe in God for this reason, then you shouldn't believe in anything, because it's always, everything is used to control the masses. That's just what it is. That's the world we live in. Now, you're probably wondering, why is it so popular to believe in the occult? Why is it so popular to believe in new age religion, or new age spirituality, should I say? It's very simple, because as I said at the start of this video, the people that run this world, they believe in this stuff. Okay, and they push this through celebrities, they push this through Hollywood, they push this through messaging. Celebrities are often put into positions by people much more powerful than them, and they are used as puppets to promote this very same stuff. The most famous people in this world are witches. It's no surprise that Hollywood believes in this stuff, because look at the word Hollywood. Hollywood, or the wood of holly trees, historically and to this day has been used as material to create wands. Coincidence? You may believe so, but I don't believe in coincidences. Once you've done the research that I've done in this life, in this world, when it comes to this type of stuff, you'll know that everything is by design. Everything is by design. Nothing is a coincidence. Now let's explore how many of your favorite celebrities are witches, starting with Beyonce. Now I'm not going to dedicate too much time to Beyonce because this video is going to be long enough, and I've already dedicated an entire breakdown on Beyonce's ties to the occult, ties to witchcraft. If you haven't checked out my Beyonce video, please do check that out. I'll link it in the description below. It's a deep dive all on Beyonce and what she's into.
When you perform a hex, all right. So, do you consider yourself a witch?
Oh, I am a witch, but I don't do hexes for everybody. Though.
Should I be scared?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, because you know they tell me Beyonce's a witch and shit like that.
Oh,
that we should be scared. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's an Ifa. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun.
Oh.
You know, riches and beauty and love and all of that, which I can see why she's connected to Oshun. But yeah, so it's another kind of tradition.
Okay.
Like a lot of people would think it's voodoo, but it's really Ifa. So it's like a lifestyle as opposed to religion. You know?
Cause I always wonder why she always got on them flowers and she got on that elaborate shit. I'm like, can nobody buy your clothes? Your clothes look different.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
She probably gives her, so she has her own altar. She gives her food. She has parties for her. All of that. Just like Summer Walker.
She is a 100% confirmed witch, and I do believe it was Jay-Z or Gay-Z who was the person that really groomed her into occult beliefs. We know that he is a devout follower of Aleister Crowley, the wickedest man on earth. Now let's start with actress Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock came out previously and detailed some of the most disgusting practices that she is into. She once discussed a facial treatment called penis facial, and no, that's not a category of porn. Penis facial is the use of skin from a Korean baby. The treatment involves the use of something called epidermal growth factors, or EGF for short, which are derived from stem cells taken from the discarded skins of newborn babies in Korea. EGF is said to help rejuvenate the skin, improve overall skin texture, and correct discoloration. It's also known for its ability to aid in wound healing. Did you hear what I just said? I just said that Sandra Bullock uses the discarded skins of Korean babies, specifically Korean babies, to help with her anti-aging. This is disgusting. Have a look at this video here.
My most questionable witch tip, witch hack. Do not judge me, because this shit works. If you menstruate, take your used pad, put it in a Ziploc bag. Airtight. The smell will not come out. Oh God, this is genuinely questionable, but I'm really telling y'all it works. Place the Ziploc bag next to your makeup tools, like inside your makeup bag. Zip it all in there together. Leave it in there until you feel like your tools are good and charged, okay? I leave mine for like 3 days. Do not judge. Do y'all see my face? Do y'all see this glamour? I am 30. Anyway, yeah, it works. But leave it in there for however long y'all feel like y'all need to. And I want to hear about the results.
That was another video of a witch from Witch Talk in my research that described putting her blood, right, in a plastic bag or whatever, zip tying it and then putting it inside her makeup bag so it charges up her makeup utensils, and then she applies it on her face, obviously, to keep her young. This is the type of content that young girls, young women are consuming. This is modern day witchcraft, and we haven't even scratched the surface yet. Let's move on to Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo is 100% a confirmed occultist who practices voodoo. In 2011, J-Lo's ex actually exposed the type of blood rituals that she performs, and he also claims that she cheated on him with Diddy amongst other people, and we know that Diddy is into this type of stuff himself. I quote, "We participated together in sacrifices of chickens and hens, and in one occasion I was present when they were cleansing Jennifer with the blood of a hen. The hen's blood was poured over Jennifer until she was covered in it. Then she was bathed in holy water to wash away the blood, and herbs were passed over her body. Meanwhile, the godmother was asking the gods to cleanse Jennifer and save our marriage." He also claims that the godmother used the bloody rituals to get money from Jennifer and eventually turned J-Lo against him. He said, "I've realized that I was never in favor of the animal sacrifices, but I was present at the rituals Jennifer was doing to improve her career and her love life. Jennifer had a lot of faith in these animal sacrifices sacrifices, cleansing, black magic, and Santeria. As you can see from this article here, at a later date, Ben Affleck was spooked by J-Lo, and he believed that she may try to cast voodoo hexes like her first husband publicly accused. The next celebrity witch I'm going to briefly talk about is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is 100% again a confirmed witch. I'm not going to talk too much about Taylor because she deserves her own video, and I will talk about her in her own video, but all you have to do is look at the imagery she puts in her music videos. In her music videos, it's clear that she's into witchcraft. You can see that there's a coven of witches in her music videos. She often does satanic imagery in her music videos. The song that she did with Ice Spice, she's holding the moon while Ice Spice is holding Saturn. I'm going to talk about Saturn later in this video, but Hollywood has a deep belief in Saturn. It's part of the cult of Saturn. That's why Beyonce, Adele, Doja Cat, there's so many of them that push Saturn imagery. But all you have to do is look at her live performance. Look at this live performance you see on your screen right now, where she's coming out with her coven of witches. Look at her playing with orbs, dancing around in circles, doing ritualistic chants and behaviors, all on stage in front of her thousands of fans. Have a look at your screen. This is an article that describes her show and how many fans don't even remember attending her show. So thousands of fans attended her show and they couldn't even remember anything about it because they were under some sort of spell.
You spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right? I can't remember anything.
It felt like so real. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that. And little things like that. But I do remember going.
It's not a surprise that these type of people make it to the top of Hollywood, because this is the messaging that Hollywood wants to push on young boys and specifically young girls. You don't make it to the top without compromising your integrity or compromising your beliefs to push certain messaging. The next woman on our list is Raven Simone. Raven is mainly known for playing That's So Raven, a show that many of us grew up watching. In this show, interestingly enough, she plays a character that has random psychic visions and can see into the future.
The world is changing. I mean, every religion has its time and place, pagan and other things, right. And then we start evolving as a people, as humans, right. And people start having other views of what's going on. Me personally, I'm all about energy, I'm all about light, I'm all about new age. I have a personal rejection to religion itself, but spirituality is through everybody, no matter what God you praise to.
Raven, That's So Raven on her show, and she was a psychic. And now she's come out and saying that she actually has a spirit guide, that she has psychic powers.
What I believe actually is humans have the ability in their brain to tap into energy fields that allow for truth to connect when you know how to translate it correctly. I can walk into a room and read the room. People might not think that's psychic, but what that is reading energy, and energy is in the psychic plane. When I was younger and I had certain traumatic experiences, I personally remember after doing meditation to a level that other people would be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, no, I need to light my candles. I'm 7, I know, but I need to light my candles and I need to meditate. And I just allowed my spirit guides to help me. And even till this day that happens. And I feel like that too can be considered psychic.
She admits from interviews and footage that she's been into this type of stuff from the age of 7. So no wonder she ends up playing this type of character. Another child star that I want to bring your attention to is none other than High School Musical's sweetheart, Vanessa Hudgens. We know Vanessa from being that cute, innocent young girl who played whatever her name was in High School Musical. But look how she grew up. Look what she turned into.
We are here together as one.
Do you feel like you're coming out as a witch, maybe?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's been such a journey, and I kind of had an awakening and had so many questions and was so curious. I was very much on this idea of like a spiritual brigade, and I kind of wanted to figure out who they were specifically so I can be more intimate with them, and I definitely got that. It's just like a really empowering, grounding, protective thing to be able to do. Witchcraft has been painted as this demonic thing through film for years, and I want to like take away some of that taboo and like show you what practical magic looks like, and hopefully like inspire someone out there to like practice or feel seen or you know, like open their eyes up a bit more.
As you saw from those clips there, this is another childhood star who is into this new age stuff, the rejection of traditional values, traditional beliefs, and the adoption of witchcraft, witch beliefs, occult practices. And she says, oh, usually it's portrayed as demonic and this stuff. No, it's not. Witchcraft isn't portrayed as demonic. Look at Disney. How many films have Disney created all around witchcraft? So many of them, and it's romanticized, it's beautified, it looks cute, it's inspirational, it's all wonderful and magic and this and that is beautiful. So it's always been romanticized. It hasn't been demonized the way it should be. But surprise, surprise, of course Disney are going to promote this stuff because, as we know, and I've mentioned it in every video of late, that Walt Disney was a confirmed Freemason who was groomed in the Demo Lay Society. So no wonder Disney pushes occult magic and occult practices, because this is what he believes. The next celebrity on our list goes by the name of Lana Del Rey. Now, Lana Del Rey, another hugely successful artist, very popular. She claims that she is a Christian and she can recite the Bible verse for verse. But have a look at this. As you can see on your screen right now, Lana Del Rey reveals she used witchcraft against Trump. She confirms in a new interview that she instructed her fans to join a mass occult ritual against President Donald Trump. Yeah, I did it. Why not? Look, I do a lot of shit, Del Rey tells NME. In February, the singer tweeted, at the stroke of midnight, February 24, March 26, April 24, May 23rd, ingredients can be found online. She actually posted the ingredients for a occult ritual for her fans to do on Donald Trump.
The stroke of midnight, February 24th, March 26th, April 24th, May 23rd. Now, those dates lined up with the waning crescent moon and also a worldwide witch-led movement to cast a binding spell to remove Donald Trump from office. Ingredients included an unflattering photograph of Trump, a white candle, water, salt, and, well, a feather.
Asked about her love of the occult, Del Rey said, I'm in line with Yoko and John and the belief that there's a power to vibration of thought. Your thoughts are very powerful things and they become words, and words become actions, and actions lead to physical charges. You lot, it's very important not to believe these celebrities when they tell you that they believe in God or they're Christians or whatever, when their actions don't align. Just look at Kanye West. He parades his wife around half naked, and he even said that he wants to create a pornographic company. The same man who promotes occult images in his music videos, such as the music video Power, where he's pushing Horus imagery all throughout the video. The same man that even admitted that his own mum was a sacrifice. Guys, don't listen to these celebrities when they tell you they believe in God. They believe in Satan, most of them. Fact. The next celebrity on our list goes by the name of Lizzo.
I wanted to empower everybody, and I wanted to let you guys know that we have power, you have power. And I wanted to take the time today to just do a mass meditation, 30 minutes of your time, and we're gonna join in agreement.
This is a badge meditation. Breathe in for 6, 5, 4. Now let's visualize our higher self.
That was Lizzo doing a mass meditation over her crystals and playing the flute. She then went on to perform the very same ritual in her concert with her fans. Do you see how often these celebrities want to involve their fans in their witchcraft, in their rituals, in their practices? It's so insane to me, guys. It really is like crazy how popular this new age way of thinking really is. The next celebrity on our list, Ariana Grande. Now this one shouldn't be a surprise to you. Ariana Grande has often spoken about her witchcraft. She even appeared as a witch in the recent film Wicked alongside Cynthia, who's also a witch, the same woman who mocked Jesus Christ in a stage show recently.
In between anywhere where Raph meets the universe?
Yeah. I'm somewhere in between. I've learned. I don't know. I said somewhere between being a literal witch, literal witch.
A literal witch, literal witch.
I'm not kidding. And being like the most realistic, cut, dry, like, you know?
Yeah. The role of astrology in your life has meaning, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, even tarot cards. When I went to the studio, you gave me a reading. You've been doing readings on set.
Yeah.
What do you look to astrology for? Is it understanding of what you're going through? Is it an understanding of what will be?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a tool to help us hear what we need to hear sometimes and kind of look forward with hope and awareness, and also reads us for filth sometimes. Sometimes we need to hear it, and just looking to something bigger than us to kind of help us make sense of it. Does that make sense?
Totally. By the way, if you don't know what it is when you're born, Saturn's in a position, and it takes 29 and a half years for Saturn to return to that position. And when it returns to that position, You are faced with deep awareness of oneself and a confronting of patterns, correct?
Yes.
And a wake up.
Course correction, one would
Course
say.
correction.
As you saw from those clips there, Ariana Grande has never shied away from admitting that she's a witch. Even in one of those interviews when the interviewer laughed when she said, I'm a witch, and he's like, because that's what they think. They think it's a joke, yeah? And she's like, no. She doubles down on it, triples down on it, and says, no, I am a literal witch. Yeah, they're telling you what they're into. They're into occult beliefs, and people will cheer, people will give them awards, people will listen to them on a daily basis, and they're telling you what they're into. Now, there's a segment from Vogue, right, where they interview certain celebrities, and it's called In My Bag, like what's in my bag. I'm gonna play multiple clips from multiple celebrities where they show what's in their bag, starting with the celebrity that we just spoke about right now, Ariana Grande.
Welcome to What's in My Bag. My name is Ariana Grande. Sage. House of Intuition Protecting Dust. Clear Tarot. I do these every day. Everyone comes in and out of my tent. Do everyone's cards for them. I'm serious.
Hey Vogue, I'm Dua Lipa, and this is What's in My Bag. Tarot cards. I love to pull out a card every day. Sometimes if I feel like I want to make a decision, I'll pull one out and see what it tells me. I'm not sure what kind of energy I put into it. It says the flute. Connection to spirit, understanding and education, ritual and celebration. Life is magical.
Hi, I'm Emma Watson. This is what's in my bag. Oh, my tarot cards! I try and pull one every day when I do my journaling. This is actually the original tarot deck. It's a classic, but I have a few different ones. Can we do it now? Wow. This on camera. I am usually freaked out by how accurate the cards I pull from this deck are, so let's see what I get. So I pulled the World card. The World represents an ending to a cycle of life, a pause in life before the next big cycle beginning.
How many crystals does Anya have in her bag? Love him so much, and he's been with me since I started working. I bought this crystal on my first movie, The Witch, and I love him. Are you ready? This is my newest baby. También tengo tarot. Estos a mí me encantan. Empecé a leer como hace 6 años, 6, 7 años. Entonces todas las tarjetas son re lindas. Bueno, vamos a ver. Mis cristales. Me gusta agarrarlos todos en una mano. Mis amigos siempre se burlan de mí porque pensás que no tengo un cristal en la mano y de repente lo ves. Como duermo con ellos. Los tengo en el makeup chair en la mañana cuando estoy trabajando. Bueno, para la protección y para centrarte.
Hi, British Vogue. I'm Kate Hudson, and this is what's in my bag. I always travel with the same mandalas. This is lapis. I like these when I'm traveling, just for protection. And then I take them out when I meditate. I find them to be soothing, and sometimes I wear them when I feel like I need them.
But this is my rose quartz. The thing about rocks is like they choose you, and this.
Look at how many celebrities have crystals in their bag, tarot cards, tarot readings in their bag. All this occult belief, all this occult magic they carry with them. Now think about it, guys. They weren't just dragged off the street. They weren't just grabbed like, oh, Ariana, quick, come here. Tell me what's in your bag. They would have known. They would have gone into that interview with Vogue, and they would have packed everything accordingly. They all chose what to bring to that Vogue interview. They chose to bring their spiritual stuff, their occult witchcraft stuff, basically. So it's all by design. They wanted you to know what they're into. They showed you what they're into. Emma Watson, another one, she was in that compilation of clips that I just showed you. And Emma Watson, she doesn't hide away from anything. In an Instagram post I found from a long time ago, she talks about Saturn. You know, again, as I mentioned earlier, Saturn is a massive part of the occult. Saturn has been worshipped a lot throughout human history. For example, the Greeks would call Saturn Kronos and things like that. And a lot of these celebrities, they believe in the return of Saturn. Saturn's return is a significant period in astrology, occurring roughly every 29.5 years, when the planet Saturn returns to its exact position in your birth chart, signaling a time of major life transition, challenges and opportunities for personal growth. This is what a lot of these occultists believe. You can see many other celebrities from that compilation. Anya Taylor-Joy to Sabrina Carpenter, Kate Hudson, the actress, Dua Lipa, Emma Watson, they all believe in this stuff. Why is that? Why is this belief so important? Why is it so prominent that they believe in this stuff? Imagine the influence that all these women have. Beyonce, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa. That explains why 40 billion people love this stuff, because hundreds of millions of these people's fans are exposed to this on a daily basis, guys. Britney Spears has even admitted that she was indoctrinated into the Kabbalah by Madonna. So I'm just going to play a couple of clips from some former witches to see what they've got to say about this stuff.
I met a young girl named Linda, and Linda was into what she called white witchcraft. And this is important that your audience listen to this part, because there is no such thing as white witchcraft. Witchcraft is witchcraft.
So Samantha, the friendly witch, you're telling me is not a friendly power?
No, sir. She's operating in demonic powers given to her and able to express these powers in her psychic by spirits. And so I began to be very interested in power, because remember, I was looking for love and power, and I sure wasn't found in love. I was sleeping around, living a terribly promiscuous lifestyle, and only getting hurt more. Now here I was looking for power, and she's telling me I can have all kinds of power. Well, I was enamored with the idea. I got all the books you could on witchcraft out of California. Louise Hibner was the top witch of the day. I studied everything there was to know about tarot cards, card reading, everything to know about astral projection, Tibetan Book of the Dead, Buddhism, anything there was to know about spirit guides. And what I would do is I would astral project out of the body, enabling spirits to come in, because in witchcraft, I believe that if I could get my own spirit, I could be empowered by bringing spirit guides in. Now understand, I was of the mind that these spirits that were coming in, spirit guides, were nice. Spirits that were people that had passed away throughout the centuries.
There's a nice word that's used on most TV. It's called channeling. Is that what you were doing?
I was doing that as well. But what would happen with me is I would begin to gargle these voices almost demonically. They would come out in a demonic sound. And so now here I was, so interested in witchcraft. Here I was in Buddhism, reincarnation, planning to kill myself so that I could go back. Reincarnation means reincarnate, means enter back into life, return to the flesh. So I believe that if I killed myself, I'd be born inside the womb again, and through the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I would learn that soul migration, be born into the earth and have another chance, have a better mother, have a better father, not be a drug addict. So I became very, very studious about astrology, witchcraft, card reading, and that card reading became my niche. Sid, I would walk into a room with a deck of cards and read everybody's mail, just by that deck of cards, and I thought I was the best thing since the McDonald's hamburger. I thought I had finally come to a place of prominence, because I could intimidate people. I could make them afraid of me, because I was operating in these powers. And I never knew they were demonic or evil. I thought that I had come into this great power that I had been looking for. The trouble is, when you play with the devil, he doesn't play fair. He'll give you everything you want, all the drugs you want, all the women you want, all the promises, and all the power you want. And when he's done with you, he'll kick the legs out from under you.
It sounds like the Broadway play Damn Yankees, where they sell their soul to the devil and they become a champion baseball player.
I never saw that, but that's interesting. And that's why you hear rock stars sometimes say, I sold my soul to the devil. Because once you make that trade, he'll give you what you want. But people need to understand that the devil is not sharing his kingdom with anyone.
What is that? I mean, you talk about white magic versus black magic. Can you talk a little bit about like what a white witch is or what white magic is?
Yeah, so if I can just be very blunt, there's absolutely no difference between them at all. It's just that you think that there is. You know, when I started to practice light work and white magic, it's with the intention that I'm doing it all for light and love, good purposes, good intentions. You know, it's the deceptive message that there can be power outside of Jesus that is good, that could even coincide with Jesus, but not getting it only from him. It's this message that he's not the way, the truth, and the life, that you can come to the Father except through by him. Like, it's just such... I mean, exactly what you said. It's demonic. It's deception. It's not true. And so when you hear people say, like, I'm a light worker, I'm a white witch, it's that they've just been deceived into believing that what they're doing is for good. And I truly believe, just like you said, that so many of these people, they have no idea that what they're doing is bad. I genuinely believe it, because I had no idea at all, because I wasn't in it for the black magic, the dark spells, the rituals. I was not in it for that. That's not why I started. And I didn't want to be that. However, you give the devil an inch, he's going to take more than you bargained for.
And it's interesting when you talk about that. I think of the scripture where it says the devil comes as an angel of light.
Innocent, light work, just to understand myself better. And like I said, I was looking for identity. So if I could find something that would help me identify who I was, what my purpose was, how to love people, then I was all in for that. So it started more with like astrology, crystals, manifestation, law of attraction, this kind of stuff that, again, quote unquote, if you're not watching, is more innocent, which is not at all. But that's what I started with. It was kind of like the gateway drug to dark magic, was these more innocent practices of the new age. And so no, I didn't start with, let me get a spell book. I didn't start with that at all. I started with thinking that everybody does this. You know, everybody's intrigued in this. Everybody wants to learn about this. Everybody's doing it. Everybody loves it. It's harmless.
And the reason why people stay in the new age, as you said, is there is results. There are things that work. There is power. But in reality, what people don't tell you is it comes with anxiety and depression and suicide and eating disorders and mental illnesses and spirits of anger and murder and rage and lust and perversion. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So now you're doing this. Are you just now summoning spirits? Are you having experiences with like demons or spirit guides? What's that all about as you're doing these things?
Yeah, so once I started digging more into like spells, I was on the dark web. I was like researching. I mean, you see the thinness of the line here, where it's like, okay, this stuff works. It's, you know, good spell book and enchantments and light work and love and all this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, but I want more power. Like, okay, but it really works. But like, I want more power. So what do I have to do? And you start to compromise things that you said you weren't really into, but then you see the goodness, quote unquote, that it brings into your life. And you start to get a little shaky on the things that you said you wouldn't compromise and that you didn't want any part to do with, because it feels really good to be in control. I think that people look for security, control, comfort. I mean, it's all counterfeit fruit of the spirit, but if the enemy can offer you that in a counterfeit, you're going to take it and not realize that you've compromised until after the fact when you start to become oppressed. And so you had asked me, sorry, I forgot to answer this, but you had asked me, you know, like, are you opening doors? Like, was this opening doors demonically? Like, I literally built an altar at the front door of my house. Like, this isn't just playing around like, maybe this could be bad, but maybe it's fine. Like, it's like, no, like, this is literally building demonic altars at the front doorstep of your home where you abide. And so, yeah, I really started to feel the oppression of that really quickly. I started, like I said, I was in the dark web looking at like how to become more powerful. I started then to become like mentored by high priests and priestesses and all of these people who had been in this deception far longer than I had and were the most powerful witches and warlocks ever. And, you know, I got so deep into it so quick because I got hungry for power, which is the same sin that caused the devil to be literally kicked out of heaven and sent down to the earth, is because I wanted to be like God. I wanted to be my own God, but with the guise of, oh, but he's doing it with me. I started to question a lot of the things that they would tell me. And I remember the last time that I invited their voice in, or their intuition in, what I thought it was, I was driving down the road, down a highway, and I was so demonically oppressed at this point in my life. I mean, I was seeing demons all the time, hearing them all the time. The roommate that I lived with was also seeing and hearing them in the house as well. I mean, it was inflicting other people too. I was driving down the highway and I had a tree in my very, very far vision. It was a very straight road, straight for a long time, a massive tree. And I heard these voices tell me, if you hit this tree head on, full speed, you will escape death. We will not let you die, and you will have reached the highest enlightenment that you possibly can. You can escape death. And I remember fighting with it in my mind and being like, I don't want to do that. Like, I can't do that. Like, what? I don't actually want that. And I didn't do it. And immediately silence, nothing. I heard nothing until the voices came back a couple weeks later, and it was all just suicidal ideation telling me like, you want this, you don't want this. And I'm like, I don't feel this way. Like, actually, I want to be here. Like, I don't feel this way. And I start to just be completely consumed with these voices.
So both of those clips explain that they were once into witchcraft, and that they both explain that there is no difference between light and dark magic. It all draws from the same demonic source, essentially. And the second girl, who I love the way she spoke, she likened it to a gateway drug. Once you start dabbling in crystals and dabbling in this and dabbling in astrology, which pretty much every girl, I mean, there's going to be so many people watching this video that believe in this stuff, right? And I'm not trying to insult you at all, but there's like the amount of people that believe in this stuff, right? And she was explaining how it's almost like a gateway. So it starts off like this, that, and the other. But then once you see that a lot of it works, you kind of want to dabble into more stuff, more powerful magic. But once you let in that type of magic, or enough of it, you don't know what other kind of demons or deities or that negative energy you're also taking on. You feel me? That second form of witch was explaining how voices in her head were telling her to crash into this tree because that will unlock the next level of spirituality. She will not die. She will survive that. It's dark, guys. It's truly, truly dark. Now, as I said, I've got so many friends that believe in this stuff, and I don't judge them for it, you feel me? I understand that we're all looking to find a purpose in this world. We're all looking to find our way and navigate as best as we can, yeah? You know, I've had me personally, my journey with spirituality has been a very interesting one. So I understand, but I believe in God. You feel me? And I actually recently returned to the church a couple of weeks ago, and it was just so powerful to me. You feel me? So I believe in God. That's my belief. And of course, I'd love everyone else to believe in God as well. But it's just crazy how, like, it's the reasonings for me that blows my mind. You know, people will say, oh yeah, I don't subscribe to religious beliefs or this belief because of this, this, and this. But the same reason they don't believe in this, they don't apply that to other areas of their life. You know what I'm saying? And I think if they did more research into the energies that they're putting in, I'll be honest with you, all the girls that I know that believe in this stuff, they're not that happy. You know what I'm saying? They're not that happy. They go through, you know, terrible bouts of depression and all these things, and dark thoughts and all these things. But they'll claim that if they, I don't know, look up at this moon during this equinox cycle and all this stuff, that bro, you're literally going through it. You're literally going through it mentally every single day. I can see you. But they still choose to believe in this stuff because they don't realize the correlation between what they're choosing to believe and how it's affecting them spiritually, how it's weighing on them energetically. You understand? So that's the end of the video, guys. I really appreciate you sitting through and watching it all till the end. If you made it this far, oh, these damn flies, I swear I'm gonna bust a switch, bro. If you made it this far, comment one witch emoji and then the X emoji, yeah? Because we don't promote that thing here. We expose that. So one witch emoji with the X, because we're crossing that out. In fact, you know what? X, witch emoji, X, yeah? Because we don't play with that business there. At least I know that you're a real one and you made it all the way to the end. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking by. I hope you enjoyed the deep dive, and I'll see you lot at the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay vigilant. Peace.